Hi everybody, this is Nurse D. Welcome to Nurse D 101. It's been a couple of weeks now. I haven't been making a video, but I was off today and I did some things. Today's Sunday, so I did a few things that I needed to take care of. But anyway, while I was out, I started thinking. I said, I think I'm going to do a video because I was talking to some people that know me and they said, Nurse D, you know, when you do your videos, you always fussing. You know, and you're kind of harsh, kind of make it kind of humorous, you know. And I started thinking about that, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I just won't make a video at all because that's just me. I don't mean to be harsh. I don't mean to be fussing at anybody. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe just make the video and tell them that maybe my video is not for you. Because what I'm doing, I'm just telling you the truth, things that I have actually gone through and what I've seen. It's not that I'm fussing at you, but if somebody had told some of these nurses this before they actually got into the nursing field, they might still have their license today. They might not have been taken off the premises in handcuffs. What I'm saying to you is something that I've seen, something that is real. And I'm just basically just warning you. I'm not fussing at you. I'm not beating you up and saying that you bet not do this. I'm not saying that. I am saying be mindful of the people that you hang around with. Just because you become a nurse or you're in the medical field, whether you're a nurse or a doctor, whatever, all people don't change. There are people out there that has become nurses, but if they steal, they steal. They still do that. They're on drugs, so now they're a nurse or a doctor that's on drugs. This is what I'm saying. And when you see that, you just distance yourself. Let me give you a short story. I'm trying to make this video really quick. I worked at a nursing home, and there was 4 CNAs, 1 guy, 3 girls. And when nighttime came, the Alzheimer's unit would be closed down, okay, because they would go to bed really early. So therefore, it was only a CNA over there, and most of the time it was a guy over on the CNA. On the Alzheimer's unit. Now, on the other 3 halls, there were the CNAs with the nurses. And every now and then, I'm looking for my CNA and I can't find my CNA. Where in the world is my CNA? And this had happened a couple of times, I'm telling you. And they said to me, well, do you know where the CNAs are? And you look around, you don't see no CNAs. You just see the nurses doing all the work themselves. You know, we're looking for CNAs. So the nurse says to me, do you know what they are? They're over there on the Alzheimer's unit. I said, doing what? She said, you know what they're doing. I said, no, I don't. She said, they're over there sexing on the Alzheimer's unit. And it was only when this particular guy came in. Okay? Now, the Alzheimer's unit, like I said, was locked down, but they had a courtyard. So once everybody was in the bed, the residents was in the bed, they would go into the courtyard. And that's when they would start doing what they're doing. Now, you know, he wasn't a Trojan horse, so it's not like he can take care of all 3 of them girls. So you know what he was actually doing. And it was only when this came about, okay, when he came on, it's only when he came on. So this particular day, I was working 3 to 11, and my CNA had the antsy. She kept trying to get over there. I said, you can't go there. You have to be over here. You need to help me. So now I'm spoiling their party. So now they decide to try to get rid of me. So this way they can do what they want to do. Okay? So they started eyeing my nursing card. And they stole my drug book. I'm not talking about just a regular drug book that you pick up. This was a narcotic book with all the residents' narcotics on it, everything about them was on this narcotic book. I could not get any narcotics out that night, no sleeping pills or anything. because the book was gone. So therefore, in order to give a patient a narcotic, I actually had to go to their file, look up everything, and then go down there and give it. So a nurse, myself and another nurse, we sat down and we wrote down all of it. We went back and just had to go through everything. It took us about 3 hours. Wasted time. So that had to be reported to the director. So the next day when I come in, another CNA comes over to me and said, "Dee, I know who stole your book." I said, "Who?" And she told me. I said, "Well, I think you need to report that." So she did. They actually took my book and threw it in the dumpster behind the nursing home. Threw it in the dumpster. Now, because that was a felony, the police was called in. You say, well, why was it a felony? Because that was HIPAA. They had their birthday, everything they was allergic to, everything was in that book. Only person that was supposed to touch that book was the nurse that was on that hall. And that was me. So they called into police, the police came in, they did an investigation, they went out there and they found the book in the dumpster, and they got arrested. I was going into work that day, here they were coming out, I'm telling you, with their hands behind their backs in handcuffs. 2 of them. Now, one of the girls, she was actually married and in nursing school. The other one was just a CNA. She wasn't trying to go to nurse school or anything. But the one that wasn't trying to go to nurse school was always pulling the married girl and the one that wanted to go to nursing school and everything into her little things that she had going on. Now, what that tells you, they went to jail. They was arrested. They went to jail. What was that married woman going to tell her husband? Why she's in jail? That she stole a book. It wasn't just any old book. She had a felony. Now she's kicked out of nursing school. This is what I'm telling you. It's not that I'm trying to be mean and that I'm fussing at you. I'm saying when you see somebody like that that's trying to pull you away and trying to get you into doing things that you shouldn't be doing, start thinking, I don't want to be with this girl because I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my husband. All of this. They lost the job. And one other story I'm telling you, and then this is going to be the end, hopefully, of this here nursing home business right here, right now. And we're going to go further into home health. There was a director of nursing. She had a daughter that was a crack addict. Now, anytime a person dies in the nursing home, we're supposed to get all their drugs, their narcotics, all narcotics, Xanax, Ativan, Percocet, Darvocet, everything, count it all, and we send it to the pharmacy. Instead, the nursing director was collecting all the narcotics and keeping it into her nursing office. So her daughter would actually come off the street, go into her office, open up her drawer, and just get high. Now, all the other nurses is noticing what's going on here. Now, one particular night, she came in, not the daughter, the mom, because she was off that day. She came back in, and she asked a young nurse to pull up some insulin. She told her, I need some insulin. I have somebody in my family that needs some insulin. And the girl, she don't know. She figured, well, this is the director. She goes in there, she pulls up a resident's, took a resident bottle of insulin out, and she pulled it up and she gave it to the director, and she walked on out the door. So another night, going forward a little bit, she comes back in, wanting to do the same thing. I was working that night, the young girl was working that night, and another nurse that had worked in the, she was in the Navy, I believe, and she was retired, but she was working at the nursing home. She came in there and she asked the young girl to pull up her some insulin, and I looked at her, and the other nurse looked at her, and we just shook our head and said, don't do it. Because she's asking this girl to steal for her. So then she comes to me, the director, and she said, Dee, could you pull me some insulin? I left my glasses at home. I said to her like this. I said, are you sure you want me to get insulin that belonged to another resident and pull it up and actually give it to you so you can walk out the door? She thought a little bit. I said, now this is what you want me to do. She thought, she said, yeah, you're right, forget it. And she left. Well, I had no idea. But it was told to me later on that insulin helps bring down a person that is high off drugs. I didn't know that. So that's what her daughter was high off drugs. And she was so high that she needed the insulin to bring the girl down. Now, whether this is true or not about the insulin bringing a person that's on crack or drugs down, I don't know. But that's what it was told to me. Now, the same director, even though she was keeping drugs for her daughter, stealing drugs, and actually just serving them to her daughter anytime she felt like it, but you make one error, just make one error, she's ready to write you up. And the nurses got tired of it. Making a long story short, she got fired. They came down from headquarters, went into her office, saw all the drugs that she had that should have been sent back to the pharmacy, and she lost her license. That is what I'm telling you. Some things you got to watch out for. Even if you are a seasoned nurse, some things you just think about. She worked hard all her life to do that, to get her license, and she lost it. Now, I know that she cared about her daughter. I have a daughter. I have a great-granddaughter also, And when you see them on drugs like that, your family members like that, yeah, sure, your heart breaks. Your heart breaks. But to supply them with the drugs, you're only hurting them and you're hurting yourself. She could have admitted to her daughter into a rehab. Maybe the daughter didn't want to go. But she could also have told, I just can't do this. You can't come on my job and get drugs. Everybody knew what she was doing. That's what I'm saying. In a nursing home, it gets so lax. It's so laid back that you can lose focus of why you're there. And that's how the troubles begin. And that's what happens. This is what I'm saying. So I'm not fussing with nobody. And I'm not trying to beat up on you. I'm saying you work hard for your license. And just don't give them away. Don't give it away. Think about it. Think about the people that you're working with. They don't seem right. There's nothing wrong with saying, well, I can't do that. I have to do my job over here. Don't steal drugs. And I'm going to end this video right now. But there was another, I keep saying I'm going to end it, but this nursing home thing. I learned so much in the nursing home. I really did. I enjoy working in the nursing home because I learned a lot. And what I learned, I'm able to bring it to you and tell you what I've been through. So therefore, you won't have to go through what I'm going through. And I remember another nurse, she came in there through an agency. And she came in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She was supposed to get off at 11. Do you know that same nurse was on the hall from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. And she was supposed to turn that cart over to another girl at 11 o'clock. And we're wondering, why is she down there on that hall? She's been standing in that same position for the longest. So the girl that came in at 11 o'clock said, let me go down and see what she's doing. Maybe she needs help. So she goes down there and she said, listen, do you need help? Because I need my cart. I just got to get my medicine. Oh, I'm almost finished. I'll be down there. Well, time passed. Here it is 3 a.m. I said, you need to go down there. Something is not right. So she went down and she told, you need to come up to the nurse's station. You need to give me my card. The girl comes up to the nurse's station. The nurse comes up to the nurse's station. Started giving report. And I would not lie to you. She was sleeping on her feet. High as I don't know that. She had took so many narcotics and drugs off that cart that when she was giving reports, she was like this. And we're standing there looking at her. We say, hey, wake up. She'll go, we counted the cart, and the narcotics that was missing was unreal. It was unreal. Unreal. So, of course, that had to be reported. Don't get drawn into that. That's what I'm saying. Because that same girl, she came back. She was there the first time, and she got another girl to help to discard a lot of narcotics. So we can't give her this here because the way they do the narcotics in the nursing home, I don't know if they changed it right now, but they came in like a bubble pack, and if it was a pinhole in it, you could still keep it. But they were just pushing out narcotics, saying they was throwing them away. They got rolled up on that. And then they sent that same one back, and that was the one that was taking narcotics. So this is what I'm saying. Please don't think I'm yelling at you, and I'm fussing at you, and that I'm just being mean. I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you something that I know, something that I went through at the nursing home because it's so laid back. But again, it's a good place to start because you do learn a lot. A whole lot. Anyway, I'm going to end this video right now, and hopefully you'll come back and we'll talk again. I would like to go talk to you about home health next time, okay? We're going to talk about home health. I like home health. I'm doing home health now. They pay really good money, and there's some things you could learn through home health, okay? So the next time we're going to talk about home health, and then maybe after that we'll talk about the hospital. There's a lot of things that we could actually talk about that you could learn. Some is funny, you know, and everything, but I think I really got some of the serious parts out. Anyway, that's it, and I'll see you the next time, okay? Bye.